Good morning, everybody. Charlie here with Red Summit RF. Today I am continuing my series on portable Morse code paddles. Welcome back to those of you who have been following along, and if you're new to the channel, I hope that you find these videos useful. The paddle of choice today is the American Morse Mini B single lever paddle, and it is a great paddle. I've had it in the field and I look forward to showing you about it. Don't forget that if you are looking for more information, there's always a great comments and supplemental information in the comments below each of the videos. So let's go ahead and get over to the bench and take a look. The American Morse Mini B is my first quality single lever paddle. I have used my friend Brian W7JET's Bengali Adventure Mono, and I really enjoyed it. I also purchased a while ago the budget CH5030 single lever paddle, and I used that for a short while. But after my friend Dick, K7ULM, kept raving about this Mini B, I decided I would try it. It sells as a kit or already assembled. I opted to purchase the kit for $50 less than the actual paddle that's been made. And I made a video of me building it, and you can find that link in the description below of this video. The website shows both a light blue and a red colored paddle, but I think that the red one is the only one that's available. So this CW key is made for portable use. It is completely enclosed in a CNC machined aluminum housing. And let me open it up here and show you inside. So here's the outer housing that I was talking about right here. Very nice. So taking a look inside, you'll see that there's the opportunity here in the back to work with the spacing, and then there's this spring right here where you can adjust the tension. It is a spring-driven rather than a magnetic paddle, but that really doesn't minimize the performance of this paddle. It is a really good performing paddle. There are two levers inside on either side of the main single lever paddle. They've got these two levers here, and those are placed on either side of the arm, and so you can see there's screws that are almost touching, or maybe even are touching, this single paddle. So when it swipes to the right, then it makes contact with this lever on the right, and the right lever swings and hits the contact here in the back, and then the same on the other side. So I'm going to put up on the screen the chart for weight in a minute here, but first of all, let's get this scale in here and let's weigh this. You can see from the graph here, low is under 45 grams, medium is 45 to 85 grams, and then anything above 85 grams I have chosen to classify as high weight, and this is for portable paddles only, and it's using a ChatGPT algorithm to determine kind of the median or the ranges, not the median, but the ranges that the paddles have been that I've thus far reviewed. Now when we go to measure this, let's take a look here. I do it in centimeters, and so I'm looking here at, it looks like it's around 8.3 centimeters in length, and then the width is going to be right about a little under 2.5 centimeters, right around 2.5. If there's that kind of rolled off there a little bit, so 2.5 that way, and here we've got another 2.5 centimeters. So that's a total volume of 51.9 cubic centimeters. And so if you saw my video on the CW Morse SP4, that one came in at about 41.25 cubic centimeters volume. And the last review on the SOTA wobbler, it was about 110.9, I guess. So it's a nice medium to small size paddle. I was a bit disappointed to learn that this paddle doesn't come with magnets here on the back side or on the underside. To somewhat make up for that, I guess the paddle has machined threads here in the bottom to allow it to be mounted to a leg mount or a desk mount, which are also sold by American Morse. So it is lacking one, but then it adds one, so I don't know. As far as agility goes, this thing is where the paddle shines. I found that this single lever concept and feel is very smooth. I definitely make fewer mistakes with this paddle and the design of a single lever, and so I really enjoyed using this, and I like it, and it was fun to be out in the outdoors with it. As I mentioned earlier, there's no cable provided in the purchase, and there actually isn't even a 3.5 millimeter jack in here either. So if you only have, you not only have to locate and purchase the cable, but you also have to strip the wires and solder it to the terminals here on the underside. This is true for the kit and the already assembled version. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the grading of this thing. Let me emphasize again that these are my thoughts, and others may have thoughts that differ and other opinions, and that's just fine. We all have different opinions about all kinds of things. So let me go ahead and start with the cost. And let me pull this over here out of the way, and I'll set it here on the side so I can put all the list of grades right up here. So cost, I'm going to give it a B. I think the cost of this paddle is fair, especially because you can build the paddle yourself and get a lower price. I don't think it's overpriced for what you get because it is a very high quality paddle. It's very durable. And durability is the next one. You know, durability is an A. This paddle is made almost entirely of metal. It seems to be really durable, and it's going to last a long time. And so I just really like how well it's built. When it comes to weight, the key falls into the high weight range, just barely. I wish I could give it a B grade here because it's just right on the cusp, but I need to remain consistent, so it's going to get a C for weight. Now, size is going to be a grade of a B. It is just about average, maybe a little bit tipping into the small category, and so because of that, we're going to give it a B for, and this is for portable paddles, again, remember, so of course, bigger, desk or shack paddles, there would be a different grade altogether. Agility, even though this paddle has a spring tension inside, I personally put this paddle in my top 5 performers as far as the agility goes, just in general. I've had no issues with it at all. I like the feel of it as I send, and it's just an excellent paddle as far as agility goes, among other things. This is kind of a surprise since it's got a spring in there, but it's really great. One thing to note is that if you do touch these 2 adjustment screws here in the back, then it's the same problem that we have with the other paddle that I reviewed from American Morse. The Ultra Porta paddle, you'll end up getting dits and daws. So there is a mod that I created a short and described where you can change these out for some pins that have the Allen wrench and they're kind of embedded a little bit more. Then you won't have that problem. I really didn't have a problem with it though because I held it kind of like this, and so these 2 posts here were behind my hand, and so it was just fine. It was just fine like that. Customer service, I wish I could give them an A, but I'm just going to have to give them a B here. The website says the paddles have a lifetime unconditional warranty. That in of itself is amazing. I think it's fantastic. And sometimes, though, the company is slow to respond after purchase. Otherwise, it would be an A. But and in fact, when you order the product, it does come pretty quick. But after the fact, sometimes if you have questions or you have other things that you want to talk to the manufacturer about, they sometimes take a while getting back to you. So it's a B. The enclosure, it's a pass, and it's an overwhelming pass. It's completely enclosed in a metal housing. Can't get any better than that, right? On the mounting, it's going to be a C. I give most paddles that I review that have the magnet on the bottom a C if they don't have any other options for mounting. This one, it's kind of like it's been flipped on its head or reversed or whatever, because American Morse, in this case, didn't provide the magnet mounting on the bottom, but they do offer a leg mount option or mounting it to some sort of a desktop version. If both were offered, the grade would be higher, but for now, the mounting is going to be a C. Beauty, I'm going to give it an A. The machining craftsmanship of this paddle is excellent. It's a very nice looking paddle. I love it. And I actually like the color too, as far as, I'm a fan of red. So that wraps up my thoughts on this key. Let's go ahead and get it plugged into the radio and give it a test run. I think I'll go with the Morse today instead of a radio. And have a few different options of sending. So here we go. Here's the test. Okay, that is the American Morse Mini B single lever paddle. Beautifully designed, it's built very rugged, and most importantly, it performs well. I know the single lever paddle isn't for everybody, but I actually loved it. It was a great paddle to have out in the field. I love the agility of it and how well it performs. And so it's gonna be top 5 for me. I'm gonna have to move another of the paddles that I've really enjoyed down to maybe 6 because it's top 5 definitely for me. Thank you so much for joining me on this paddle review. Don't forget that this is an ongoing series. I have more paddles coming up. Right now I'm looking at a pressure paddle that was sent to me by a friend, and also I have a paddle coming in from Japan. So come on back and thank you so much for your support. I'll say 73 to you until next time. Bye-bye.